Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video I wanted to do a tutorial, better said I want to explain how you can add games to the X9-S, the PS Vita clone from China. There are basically two ways how you can do this, but first let's talk about the version and the method with an USB cable. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying with an USB cable, because here we have a USB connection. So the thing that we need to do, grab ourselves a USB mini cable and we're going to connect it with our PC. It needs to be working with Windows 7, 8 or Windows 10. So with the other one, we're going to put it in the PC. And that's it. Let's turn it on. And let's see how it works. When booting up, you can see we're having some different options. I recommend just choose the power and data. It will charge your X9-S and at the same time it will show up like a storage device on your PC. Alright, so I will show you on the PC how you need to make folders and how everything works. When everything works, it will show up like this. You need to open it up like a folder because it's just a storage device or an external storage device in this case. And the next thing that we're going to see is all of the folders are inside the storage. And as you can see, there are quite some. Don't mess around too much with it because we only need the game folder. Because in the game folder here we need to put our games in. Depends of course what kind of version you're having, and the reason I'm saying this, some of them already have some preset folders, but you can just make them yourself. I also recommend doing this because it's so very easy to search your games. So that's the only thing you need to do when it comes for adding games and using the internal storage. And by the way, when you're putting the wrong games in a wrong folder, that's not a big of an issue because at the end, when you're clicking on a file, it just recognizes what kind of emulator it's going to use. Alright, so this is the one of the two methods how you can basically add games. So, but what is a little bit of a downside to the X9-S is that we're having not a lot of capacity if it comes to the internal memory or the storage. So what we can do, for step number 2, we can basically use a card reader in combination with an SD card. Yeah, you can buy these SD card locally. Don't get a very big one like 64 GB. It is completely unnecessary simply because we don't have support for PlayStation 1. So at the end, you don't need big files to put on the little SD card. I'm going to show you on the PC how it works. Alright, so what we're going to do is test out first what kind of SD card we're having. For example, if you're adding an SD card, just random, new out of the box, it's highly possible you're going to get a message. And not a message from the future, but you're going to get the message that the card is in, but the card is not supported or the format is not supported. I want to show you in this video which format you need to choose and how you need to format it and setting it up so you can use it in your X9-S. With the card reader, we can very easily put it in our PC through the USB connection. When everything goes like it should be, we'll show the SD card. So the first thing that we need to do, we're going to format it. By pressing right mouse click on the SD card, left mouse click on the format option. So what you're going to need to do over here is you need to format it in the right format. If you choose something different, like the first option for example, or the FAT32, you will get the error that a lot of people will have at the moment. So you need to put it on exFAT. We just gave it a different name. Keep in mind, it doesn't matter what kind of name you're using, or maybe you're just filling it in, but it's just for showing here in the video. Alright, so it's formatted. Always use quick format. And that's it. I recommend making some folders because it is way more convenient to use when you're having multiple files. You can drop them inside this folder if you have, say, 5 or 10 games. But at the end, it's going to be pretty damn messy if you are using a lot of different files. Okay, so we're ready. The card is set up very easily, as you can see. We made some folders, so I'm showing you and where you need to put your files. Let's put it in, and you will notice that don't give you the error message. If the menu is a little bit differently, that is not a big of an issue, because the software itself is most of the time the same. It's just the layout that is different. I recommend check the browser function, simply because here you can go very fast to the card directory. Choose this and you will go into the SD card over there, and here you can find files that you basically have added. I recommend you always make folders, simply because it is just easy sorting out the files. If you don't do this, you have one big list over here, and when you choose a file, it will boot up the emulator that is needed for playing the game. So this is what you're going to get. Let me know what you think of this tutorial, or did you find another way? So far I know there is no other way. But if you have any questions, you can always leave it in the comments. And I will see you in the next video. So consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and I will see you the next time.